said it couldn't be done. They said we couldn't do 3 full episodes, but here we are, folks. Welcome to the Sony's Cronies, Episode 3, the legendary episode, the one that will go down in history as the greatest of all time. Not only the greatest, but also still the worst PlayStation podcast on the internet.
At least for the best of being the worst.
So
Casually.
Okay, so we're going to get started, guys. This is a special episode. We're going to do our predictions for PSX, which is taking place tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. You got the major press conference tomorrow. Starts at 10 a.m. Pacific. And then you get your meet and greets and your panels and all that good stuff Sunday.
So we're going to give you our predictions, what we expect to see here, and then we'll tally them up in a post show that we'll probably put out either Monday or Tuesday. Tuesday it'll be released, and we'll have the results for that. And if you guys want to put any predictions in, just comment in wherever the video is linked, and we'll get your points tallied up too. See if you can beat us.
Yeah.
But, you probably
challenge the best.
You only get 3 predictions. The rule this year is 3 predictions. So, and you can't use a prediction that somebody else has already done. So, with that, let's get started with the news. This is going to be a shorter episode. We've only got two news stories on the PlayStation train this week. News train. The first one is going to be the Game Awards. I don't know if a lot of you guys really know who all won what, but I was going to go over the list real quick. So the Game of the Year went to Overwatch with Blizzard. Best Game Direction, Blizzard. Best Narrative was Uncharted 4: Thief's End. We don't really care about art direction.
I care about art direction.
Well,
You're terrible.
Art direction was Inside, which you haven't played.
I have not played Inside. Have you played Inside?
Doom got Best Music and Sound. Best Performance was Nolan North, of course, as Nathan Drake. That's a gimme.
His speech was amazing. Anybody who hasn't watched it needs to go watch his speech.
Best Independent Game was Inside. Best Mobile Handheld. It's a big one here, folks. I bet you can't guess what it was.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. Yep, Pokemon Go.
Pokemon.
You even got me saying it wrong.
Pokemon.
Best VR game, Res Infinite, which none of us, I think only one person on our group has a VR headset so far, Sam. So he'll have to give us his input on the VR headset. Best action game was Doom. Best action adventure, Dishonored 2, which I'm a little surprised because I've heard mixed reviews about that game.
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't actually had a chance to play it yet. And now with Final Fantasy out, I think that's probably going to go back on the back burner.
Best RPG, can you guess who that was?
RPGs this year. The Witcher?
Yep, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Blood and Wine, I guess
that's the expansion. Like
yeah, I guess they included it. Best fighting game, Street Fighter 5. Best strategy, Civilization 4. I'm surprised.
Civ 6, bro.
Civilization 6, yeah, 6. I'm surprised. I really thought our game would win.
XCOM?
Yeah, I thought XCOM 2 would get that. But
Civ 6 is probably one of the funnest games I've ever played.
Best family game, Pokemon Go. Best racing game, Forza Horizon.
That would be Forza.
Forza Horizon 3. I don't play the racing games, so I'm not a loser who just plays racing games.
Man, shots fired.
Most anticipated game. Now this, earlier in the year, we would have said Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes.
But I think that has changed in the last probably 12 hours. I know it has for me in the last week. What would you say the most anticipated
for next
game
year?
For
me? Or just in general?
What do you think won the most anticipated game?
Mass Effect.
Nope. Legend of Zelda Breath of Fire.
Oh, okay.
And I am super stoked about that. Best esport game, Blizzard, Overwatch. Best esport team, Cloud9. Nobody cares about that or player.
That's true. That's true.
And trending gamer of the year was Boogie 2988. So it wasn't Ace Factor Osberg or JoJo Porkins.
Always next year, guys.
So there's always next year. So that's the first news story.
Also, we had at the Game Awards, I don't know if any of you guys know this, last year, Kojima won a big award last year for Metal Gear Solid, and he wasn't able to pick it up due to the whole Konami issue.
Konami's evil.
Yeah. This year they made a special award just for him. It was like Industry Legend or something, and he was able to go on stage and accept it and had a nice little speech. Jeff Keighley, clearly in love with Kojima. It was definitely a little odd how he talked about how Kojima was a prisoner of war to Konami, but all in all, it was a nice little moment.
And he talked about how they're best friends and how he loves him, and then there was like a very awkward acquaintance-style hug when he got
Yeah,
up there.
yeah,
Kojima talked like a total of 10 seconds,
yeah.
and this guy talked for like 4.5 minutes. But it was a nice.
He spoke pretty good
It was
English.
well, and it was the guy who talked a lot. It was a nice,
You
nice
could tell he
speech
definitely
towards Kojima. So it was nice. So the only other story we're gonna do today, do you want to take a guess what that's gonna be? Since you seem to think you know what it's gonna be.
I'm gonna guess Mass Effect trailer.
Not Mass Effect trailer, but you're close. It's Mass Effect 3's ending influences Andromeda.
Okay.
So this just came out. I did not know that it was gonna, but I'll just read it verbatim here. I'm not gonna read it all, but I'll read. As much as Mass Effect Andromeda is a fresh start for the Mass Effect franchise, it also draws direct influence from the earlier installment of the series and the reaction fans had to them. Everything from the negative response to Mass Effect 3's ending to the success in the way players' decisions affected the conclusion of Mass Effect 2 shaped how BioWare Mass Effect lead franchise writer Mac Walters viewed Andromeda as a point of new entry in the world. After Mass Effect 3 ending was diverse among the gaming community, they basically went through. I don't know. It looks like here that they've taken your criticism to heart.
I didn't hate Mass Effect ending like most people did. I thought it was fine. I wasn't expecting the world like everybody was. I know this is literally the first game that your real issues carry on for a whole trilogy. No one's ever done that before, so I don't know why everyone was really expecting. But it does say in that same news article that the next, like Andromeda, the next is not going to be a trilogy. So they're definitely shaping things a little differently this time.
I mean, the main thing I had a complaint with, I don't care if he dies, but all your decisions really didn't matter in the end. I think that was the people's biggest complaint. It was not that he died, it was that every decision you made in the end didn't really matter. You got the same ending as everybody else. You'd think a game so diverse could at least have 3 endings.
It did have 3 endings. They were all very similar, though.
Yes. But I mean,
technically, I mean, 4.
Look at their other games, Dragon Age. You can have multiple endings on that. You can have multiple. There's several games that have multiple endings. There's no reason they couldn't have given you a dark ending, a good ending, a neutral ending.
Well, I had all that. It had 3 endings.
Not really. If he dies, I mean.
He dies in each ending.
Is there an ending where all humanity's wiped out?
Yes.
Oh, I want that ending.
The endings were spoilers for Mass Effect trilogy. The first one was Shepard sacrifices himself, destroys the Reapers. It also destroys all technology. That was considered the good ending. There was also the ending where he becomes a Reaper, but you don't destroy. Basically, everybody becomes machine.
That sounds cool.
And then there was a third ending where like he dies, but you don't know that he dies, and he kind of disappears, and it was weird. It was the bad ending.
But I mean, in the end, though, your character doesn't survive no matter what.
Well, in the end,
what
people were upset about was in the end, the decisions from 1 and 2 had no direct impact on the very end. Like, say you killed X, Y, and Z in 1 and 2. Well, that really didn't matter at the end of 3.
I still think he's alive and he's a Reaper. And he's going to be like the Lord Reaper, and he's going to make his way to Andromeda and fuck shit up. But we'll see. Very far-fetched theory, but it's my theory, nonetheless. So that's it for the news train. Like I said, this is going to be a shorter episode. For those of you who don't know, the reason we didn't get any out in November, my father passed away, so I've been dealing with that, so we haven't been on film. So we're going to try to get 2 episodes here for you pretty quick, and then hopefully we can get some more before Christmas. You guys know how the holidays go, so we're just going to do what we can now, try to get you as much as we can. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do Sony's Cronies Hall of Fame, but we're going to have to redact. We talked about this, and we both agreed that when we thought, oh yeah, Bouncer, that was an awesome game. Then we went back and looked at it, and now that we remember it, how it actually played, remember it wasn't as good as we remembered.
It was a very good launch title.
Yes, I think that was the problem. It was a good launch title. It's definitely not worthy of Hall of Fame status.
Yeah, so we're gonna redact the Bouncer. Sadly, I'll insert some real sad music right here. Pause for a moment of silence for the Bouncer. And we're gonna add Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts is definitely a good choice. One of the best RPGs out there, especially for the PlayStation 2.
And I don't know if anybody has played the new Final Fantasy yet, but apparently the combat from Kingdom Hearts is what has influenced Final Fantasy, the 15. So it's not the sort of turn-based that you're used to. It's more action, which has definitely excited me. I think I'm gonna pick it up tonight.
I heard it's like a very long download and then a very long update, so you probably won't play it tonight.
Well,
Just FYI.
since it's already out, it should update. The update should come with the download, I would think.
I don't know. There's a day one patch, and
Yeah, but the patch should come with the.
Even if it does, it's still gonna be a very long download, so you probably won't play it tonight.
Yeah, but you know my internet speed.
Well, it took Tim Geddes 6 hours to play it, to download
yeah, but
it.
he lives in San Francisco.
Where he has super fast internet.
No, he has super bad internet.
No, they have super fast internet in San Francisco. They have Google Fiber in
Yeah,
San
but
Francisco.
he was saying he's in a spot where he doesn't have good internet right now.
You just let me know, because I'm interested to see how long that's going to take.
I downloaded 25 gigs in about 30 minutes last couple weeks ago. So, suck it.
So that's going to be the Sony's Cronies Hall of Fame. Like I said, we're going to redact the Bouncer, which I'm sure everybody agrees. It was a good launch game, but it's not really Hall of Fame quality. And we're going to put in Kingdom Hearts. So
yeah.
That's that.
All right, now it's time for Not Your Mom's PlayStation, where we talk about something non-PlayStation related.
2 times in a row he's got the name of the segment wrong, but that's okay.
Okay, fine. Not Your Mother's PlayStation. I'm sorry, I'm not a proper British little boy. Mother, may I have some more
It's not what it's about. It's about not your father's root beer, not your mother's this, not your father's that. It's the proper noun. That's how the term is said. That's why we're using that term.
Comment below.
Last time you were a gangster. This time
I'm just a normal person.
You just don't read. You just can't read.
Oh, we all know I can't read.
It's right there in front of you.
I'm illiterate, so everybody knows that.
Let's go ahead and do your.
They had that big Zelda trailer last night, Breath of the Wild. They also had a little walkthrough on the Game Awards. So I think we're just gonna talk about Breath of the Wild for a few minutes because it looks fantastic.
The new trailer actually at the very end. I don't know if you may not have seen it yet, but it actually shows Link sitting down and he looks real upset, depressed, and there's a woman standing there. You can only see part of her and you see her hand go down and blonde hair. It looks like it's probably Zelda, which is a big deal because they haven't shown Zelda at all yet. And I've watched like 5 hours worth of gameplay and other things, and I haven't seen her at all. I'm saying this game looks awesome.
What's the last Zelda that you beat?
The last Zelda I beat.
I know mine's Wind Waker. I haven't.
Which came first? A Link to the Past. I beat A Link to the Past.
Okay.
Link's Awakening.
Okay.
And Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
And I got to almost the very end of Wind Waker.
Okay, so we'll go with Wind Waker.
Okay, that's a different timeline though.
Yes.
Than what this looks like it's going to be. This is really cool.
No, if it's after the bad Ocarina, ending, isn't it after Wind Waker as well?
No, so there's 3 timelines. 2 timelines Link wins, and one of those the Earth gets flooded, and that's Wind Waker. The middle one he wins, and that's the one. That's the adult version where he stays an adult. The one where he becomes so at the end, he beats him, and then he goes back to being a kid, right?
Yeah.
That is the Wind Waker side. Then there's because then he grows up and he never has to face. In that timeline, Ganon doesn't exist because he defeated him. It's a really weird thing, but
the whole Zelda timeline is screwed up.
What's cool is it looks like they're going to do the darkest timeline, which is where Link loses an Ocarina of Time, and a Link, and it's not normally you get to name your character and it doesn't have to necessarily be Link. It is Link, but it isn't Link. You actually get woke up and they're like, Link, wake up. You don't choose your character's name, and you're a Link that's been asleep for 100 years. So the theory is that it's the Link from Ocarina of Time. He failed his mission, and this is him being revived to try to complete his redemption.
That would be amazing.
And the world is kind of falling apart because it's the darkest timeline. There's more people with goatees and stuff, so it's the darkest timeline. But yeah, it's a really cool idea. So in Ocarina of Time, you beat him. The theory is okay. So you beat him the first time, and he's Ganondorf. He's more human looking.
Yeah.
And then as you and Zelda are leaving, he becomes Ganon, which is the pig guy, more powerful. And the theory is you also lose the Great Sword right then, or the Master Sword. So you're at your most vulnerable right there. He catches you off guard. The theory is he kills you and Zelda, and somehow he gets contained into the castle area. And if you notice in the new Breath of the Wild trailer, he's called Ganon. They refer to him as Ganon, not Ganondorf, and he has that pig face look. And he's never been referred to as Ganon in any of the other 2 timelines, only in the Darkest Timeline, which is the original Zelda, Zelda 2, which are all, in my opinion, Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, are the best Zelda games.
Yeah,
are all in the Darkest Timeline. So, and then of course, Zelda is supposed to be the spirit goddess, the spirit goddess of Hyrule, Hyana. I don't remember her name, but she's supposed to be the incarnate. So she dies, he dies, she comes back as the goddess, and then he comes back as the hero trying to be reborn, redemption.
Okay.
So it looks really awesome. I'm excited.
All right, now it's time for topic of the show.
And of course, this is the PSX predictions that we're going to do. And we're only going to do we've each made 6 of them. We're only going to do 3 that count.
Let me see that.
What do you mean?
I want the camera back up. I'm sure
Okay.
it's still recording.
I would hope it's still recording.
Me too. Okay.
Yeah, we're still recording. Okay, so we're going to do our predictions. We each have 3. We haven't seen each other's. We have 6, but we're each going to give 3 that count. We have 6 just in case one of us picks the one and the other one. You can't pick the same thing. After we do our 6 or our 3, we can go ahead and talk about the other ones, but they won't count towards our points.
Okay.
So I won the D20 roll. So I'm going to go first, and my first prediction is going to be Bloodborne 2 announced with trailer and a 2017 release.
Oh, okay. I can see that. I know the guy said he's not making any more Dark Souls, but that definitely didn't include Bloodborne.
Yeah, and I mean, it's about time for another Bloodborne. It's a huge hit, and this would be... I don't see it coming out like March, and don't get me wrong, that'd be out. But it seems like to me there's a lot of good games coming out first of the year, which is usually odd. I'm thinking August time frame, August, September.
I could see it being a fall.
I was thinking that, but
game.
they've got big fall games already lined up, so I don't really see it being a fall. I don't see them putting it at the same time as some of these other games that are going to come out in the fall. So, but, I mean, like Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be coming out in the fall.
I
you really want to
see that
compete
as
with that?
2018. I do not see that as 2017.
Well, that's what they said. It seems like they're ready. I mean, they've had plenty of time
I
to
hope
prepare.
so.
But that's my first prediction.
Okay. My first prediction is going to be Red Dead 2 with a new trailer and a 2018 firm release date. They're going to come out with a firm release date, like August.
So you're saying
22nd.
delayed to 2018.
Correct, but they're actually going to give a firm release date instead of.
And the way we're doing it, the more detailed your prediction is, the more points you can get.
Yeah.
But the more points you can lose.
Yes.
We do a plus minus.
Which is why I'm not giving that release date.
But you said 2018, so if it
Yes.
doesn't get delayed at PSX, it could get delayed later, but if it doesn't get delayed at PSX, you're going to lose points. Okay.
Correct.
And that was actually my second pick.
See,
So,
that's why we make more than 3.
yeah. So as you can see, but yeah, you said trailer. You think there'll be a new
I
trailer?
think it'll be a full trailer, possibly with some story elements. I'm not putting that part as my prediction. That's just a hope of mine.
Yeah, my second pick was going to be a new Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer will be shown. That was it. I wasn't going to go say it was delayed. That might be just optimism. I really don't want it to be delayed, so I'm not going to admit that it's going to be delayed. But I mean, they've had plenty of time to work on it.
Yeah, they had plenty of time on Grand Theft
Granted,
Auto
they haven't
too.
shown much. Well, they came out. Grand Theft Auto wasn't delayed. It was the multiplayer that was delayed for like
The
2
orig-
years.
It was delayed as well.
But I'm sure they learned from their mistakes. And they haven't shown a lot, but Mass Effect hadn't shown a lot either. And here we are, what, a couple months away?
Hey, you're hinting at my next prediction.
Well, I'm not on that. So, all right, I'll go with my second prediction then. My second one is Salt and Sanctuary for the PS Vita will be out that day, or they'll give us a release date given, which will be sometime this 2017.
Now, will it be cross-buy since we own it on PS3?
Yes.
Or PS4?
Yeah,
will we
they've
get it
already
for
said
free?
it's cross-buy. Yeah, they've already said it's
Okay.
cross-buy. They've been talking about Salt and Sanctuary. They're going to make a Vita, and there's nothing. I have a feeling that they might actually announce a few other games they're going to be, but Salt and Sanctuary is the one I like, and I'm saying that's going to be out for the Vita. I'm expecting them to say it's out right. They're going to be like, Salt and Sanctuary is out right now for Vita. You can get it right now. But my backup is, if they don't do that, they'll at least give a window, a release date.
Okay.
So
My next one actually kind of goes hand in hand with that, but sadly is on the opposite spectrum. No new Vita games that are Vita only will be announced or talked about. The only Vita games they're going to talk about are Vita games that are cross-buy. No new Vita only games.
well, they haven't done really Vita only games. They don't
Yeah, they
really
have
do
like
that
Papers,
now.
Please, and
They
stuff
don't
like
really
that.
talk about those.
Yeah,
Things.
exactly.
That's kind of an easy prediction, but
Hey,
we'll see.
I got to get some extra points here.
But you know what? If they talk about one, you're going to lose a lot of points. So
I'll
because then
lose-
that throws
yeah.
everything out the
Yeah.
window. So that's what you're going to do. And then this one here,
Your last prediction.
my last prediction, and I think this should get double points if it gets it. PlayStation name change. It's happening this year, folks.
If that happens, I'll let you win. I will concede.
PlayStation name change. They're going to announce it. They're going to announce it at PSX. It's going to happen this year. We say this. Everybody says this every year, and it never happens. But I'm going with that as my third prediction. It's kind of a wild card, but I decided it's probably better than my other two ones that I was going to give out. So
My third and last prediction is I'm thinking with the announcement a couple days ago that Red Dead Redemption 1 comes out next week on PlayStation Now. I think they're going to have a big discount on PlayStation Now starting tomorrow. Instead of being like $29.99 or whatever the hell it is, pick it up for like $5 a month.
isn't it $15 a month right now?
Yeah. So maybe they'll do another deal like $20 for 3 months. They did that a while back, so people can get in. They can play the Red Dead now and get ready for Redemption 2.
Okay. So those are our three predictions. Like I said, if you want to get in on this and see if you can beat our predictions, just comment. You can comment on the Facebook page, probably the easiest, or the YouTube page is fine, and we'll pick it up and we'll add your points. Remember, the rules are you only get 3 predictions, and if somebody else has already predicted it in the comments, you know what? Let's just do it on the Facebook page.
Okay.
That way, all the comments are there. And if you're not in the Facebook group, hey, join, and that way you can get in there if you just watch us on YouTube.
Now, don't think you can be sneaky and try to comment after the conference.
Yes.
Because it does have it. We'll timestamp it.
So yeah, we'll have a timestamp. You need to get your comments in there beforehand. And if somebody else already beat you there on their prediction, they get it first. That's what we're gonna do. And it's plus or minus. So if you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, if you get it all wrong, you lose a complete point. But we'll base it like if you get part of it right, you get part of your points. Or if you get
like mine, where it's Red Dead and a new trailer and a release date.
He has to get all 3 parts.
I have to get all 3 parts at 1 point, but I can still get a half point, which may and hopefully will make the difference.
Actually, with that one, you can't get half a point.
Yeah,
There's 3 parts, so you can only get 1/3, 2/3,
Correct.
or all.
Correct. But if I get Red Dead there, trailer with story.
That's 2. 2 of 1 point.
Exactly. So I can still get a third.
Yeah, you can get a third or 2/3. But that's the way we're going to do it, and then we'll tally up the points, and then the winner will be announced. No prize for the winner. Maybe if the podcast ever gets bigger and we start getting merchandise, we'll do prizes. But we don't got enough views. You guys got to get the word out.
Spread the word.
If you like our podcast, even though it's kind of boring, I know it can be boring. Well, hey, we put up cool videos where we talk boringly to you.
Yeah.
So get the word out there so we can get more people. We're actually going to be bringing somebody else in yet. We're not going to say who, but we're bringing a third person going to be doing the podcast with us hopefully pretty soon. And hopefully that'll bring a little more life to the podcast.
Yeah.
So my other 2 that I was going to say, a new Star Wars game is going to be announced.
Okay.
Thought that might happen. A playable demo for Days Gone at PSX.
Nah.
I think they might have some kind of playable demo. Maybe not everybody gets to play it, but maybe like Colin and Greg will get behind the closed doors. Somebody's going to get their hands on it, I think, at PSX.
I'm sure that's a given.
Yeah.
My extra 2 were...
You have 2 or 3. Did I steal one of yours?
Oh, yeah, I got 3.
Yeah.
I had a Mass Effect release date announcement. Now, I wasn't super sure on that one because they just had a new trailer at Game Awards yesterday, and they didn't give a date. It just said spring 2017. So I was thinking maybe they were holding it for PSX or just maybe they don't have one. I don't know. My second one was a Kingdom Hearts new trailer, also possibly with a release date.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. And you can steal these ones from us if you want, I suppose.
It's true.
We won't consider you an original thinker, but we'll give it to you.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to copy my greatness, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand. And my last one, which really was my first one, that I strayed away from, sadly, was a new Shenmue 3 trailer. It was announced at PSX a couple of years ago. It was kickstarted, and this would be the place to bring it out and show a trailer.
If they don't bring it at PSX, I don't expect the game to come. I don't see PlayStation support anymore. Because I mean, there's a lot of money thrown at it. There's a lot of people upset that they haven't heard anything, and he's now asking for more. He's asked for more money since the original Kickstarter. So I mean, that game could be gone.
Oh,
it
man.
may not happen.
You do not understand how heartbroken I would be.
Well, you have to get over it. And those of you that haven't checked out Ghost Recon, you need to check it out. It's coming out in March.
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
We're excited about that, and I can't stress enough, you need to watch some videos on it. It looks like what we were hoping the Division was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But better.
So we may have a very busy March with possibility of Switch and Zelda.
Yeah.
Mass Effect,
Yeah.
and Ghost Recon all launching there in March.
Yeah, and then what? South Park is in February, I think.
February, yeah.
And then when is Horizon Zero Dawn? It's going to be within the first 3 months. I don't remember which, but I know it's within the first 3 months.
Yeah.
So these, I mean, I'm excited. I think 2017, this was the year of dreams with all these games they announced with God of War, all these awesome games. But 2017 is going to be the year of like where these things are becoming a reality. We're going to see some amazing games. We're going to see
February 28th for Horizon Zero Dawn.
We're going to see games where we've never seen anything before. I think that this is going to be a groundbreaking year for games. I thought 2016 was kind of a little bit of a letdown as far as games that were released. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were some good games, but nothing that really oh my god, I've got to have this, I got to play this. There's so many games for next year like that I don't know how I'm going to afford it. I'm going to have to get a second job, pull a lot of overtime.
You can go work at GameStop.
Maybe Carlos will let me cover some of his hours so I can make some money.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of really good games. Horizon Zero Dawn, South Park.
Possibly Death Stranding.
No, they ain't gonna be out yet.
Come on, we gotta see
Red Dead
Redemption
Redemption 2. What else is big? It's coming out. Is Detroit coming out?
Detroit's supposed to be out next year. So is Guerrilla's game. No, I'm sorry. That is Horizon.
Yeah, so that's Horizon.
The one you just talked about.
Days Gone.
Days Gone. Supposed to be out 2017.
Is it? Okay, I didn't think that was 2017, but yeah, that's another one I'm excited about. So.
And some breaking news here. For those people who care about Death Stranding, it's Kojima's new game. Apparently, he announced the engine that they're going to be using. It's going to be the SEMA engine, which incidentally was created by Guerrilla Games for Horizon. So it's going to have some possibly similarities there.
It's going to be awesome.
So if Horizon is fantastic, that sort of lends a lot of credit to.
And Horizon has my prediction.
It has your possible seal of approval.
It has my it's not possible. It has my seal of approval.
Oh man!
Horizon Zero Dawn has my godlike prediction of going to be a great game, which means it has to be at least a 9 or better to qualify. That's a hands down. You can pre-order that. I feel like it's a safe bet. I haven't been wrong yet on these. When I am wrong, then we'll no longer be able to do that segment.
He guarantees it, or he'll pay your money back.
I ain't paying nobody's money back. But
see, now he's backing out. He doesn't believe in the prediction.
Something else with Death Stranding, real quick before we go, guys. As you knew, Kojima was working on that, and Norman Reedus was in it.
Yeah.
And he just released a new trailer that shows Benicio del Toro
and Mads Mikkelsen
is going to be in it too. So they're all collaborating again. The same guys that did that PT.
Yeah, PT.
PT demo are all together. So you've got. I mean, that's going to be awesome. I'm sure it'll be good. I tell you what, them videos are weird.
I could honestly care less. Why do people care that Benicio del Toro?
Because he's got a creative mind. Think of the characters he could create, the story he could write. The guy is a creative guy. That's the whole point.
But that's Kojima's thing. He already does it. That's why people love Kojima.
Yeah, but he puts some weird shit in there sometimes.
That's Kojima,
Do I need to remind you of
Psycho Manus?
I was going to say Raiden from Metal Gear Solid 2. The scene where you have to run around with no clothes on.
Still, nothing's better than Psycho Manus in the Metal Gear, where he read your memory card and brought it up to you, like, oh, you like playing Ape Escape? It's like, oh shit, Psycho Manus, get off my junk.
So that's it, guys, for Sony's Cronies episode 3. Like I said, we'll try to get a post show after PSX. Until then, we'll see you later.
Peace.